All right, guys, how we doing? So today, Wednesday, hump day. How are we getting on? Are we killing it? Are we dominating the Facebook ads? Are we smashing our referrals? Are we delivering content amazingly to our clients? If you're not and you're struggling, I'm always here. Just reach out. But one of the biggest things here, guys, that I want to talk about today is primarily retention. Retention is one of the biggest things that you can do to grow a massive business. There is almost no point in marketing if you cannot hold on to your clients. If you are doing all the marketing in the world and you're literally just constantly putting out marketing and you're bringing in new leads all the time into your bootcamp, what's going to happen is that you are going to affect your current customers. And this is actually something I had to learn the hard way over probably the last 12 months or so. So I'm going to tell you a little story. So right here is a map of, let me just show you, got loads of paper all over the place. Is a map of the world. It's a pretty big map, so you can see there. All right, it's a pretty big map. Now, as some of you may or may not know, me and Tony spent a lot of the latter part of last year doing a lot of traveling. We went to I did California and San Diego probably I think 3 times last year, and then we did Hawaii, then we did I think we did California again after Hawaii. But Hawaii, Bali, and Australia, all on the latter end of last year, and California a couple of times. So we traveled nearly every single month. And the one thing that, there's 2 mistakes that we made with this. And obviously now this has taught us the biggest lesson, which we'll tell you in a minute. When you are traveling, one of the biggest things that you've got to remember, or when you're away from your business, one of the things is people did invest in yourself. So they come in on you, and they wanted to know more about you, and they like being around you. It's just like being a friend. When you have a friend, if you substituted your friend with someone else, then they would feel a bit lost about it, unless they've got similar traits. So you have to make your bootcamp less about yourself and more about what it does for them. And there's 2 things that one is brand new that we've implemented. We wanted to implement months ago, but we've not had the time, but now we've implemented it. And the other thing that's been implemented, but you've got to make sure the system is there for it, which I'm going to show you today. But one of the biggest things, guys, for me is always being around your bootcamp. So always have a foot in your bootcamp. Never get into this mindset of having a business where you're setting it up and forgetting it. I see so many fit pros, or even just business people in general, that just want a boot camp or want a fitness facility. They can just set it up and forget it. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. And I've made that mistake, and it has hurt me financially and personally. And what you've got to remember is if you completely outsource yourself, you're going to go batshit crazy. I've done that as well. And when I mean batshit crazy, you are going to lose it. You're going to be like, well, what do I do now? You're going to have no stress in your life, which is actually a bad thing. Everybody needs stress. Everybody needs pressures. So this is one of the most important things that you need to do is make sure that you have a foot. One of the guys that I'm good friends with, I spoke to him about his bootcamp. He's very, very successful 7-figure owner. He actually makes sure that he goes into his bootcamp once a week and teaches. And if that's what floats his boat, and that's what makes him feel like he's still part of that community, and it still gives everybody what they need, then that's what you must do, go in and teach 1 session. For me, that's not what I want to do. So for me, it's just maintain the marketing, show up on a few videos, say hello to a few people, and that might be the same thing that you want to do, but it just means that you still have to be creative in the bootcamp. I mean, looking at it from like a 30,000 foot level, when I have 10 locations or 20 locations in England, I'm still going to be the face of my company, but I'm not going to be doing everything. So that's almost where you want to think, because people still want to invest in you because they are investing in you. You don't want to pull yourself out so much and remove yourself that you you look and are very distant. People don't know who you are. People want to know who you are still. You still want to have that connectivity with people. And that's really one of the hidden things of retention that we've actually found out. You know, Tony had a really, really good discussion with a lady in America who runs a very successful boot camp. She had a bunch of trainers and they had a massive retention problem. And basically, this woman's answer to her referral retention problem, because obviously we do research in everything that we do. We don't just try it on a whim. We model success in everything we do. So we find out what everyone's done and then we model it. And that's exactly why we have a mastermind, so you guys can do the same. That's the reason why I'm telling you this story, is because she had this conversation with this lady, and this lady was like, Tony honestly thought, wow, she's going to have another retention technique up her sleeve. I'm ready to listen. I was like, babe, go ahead, go and listen. You know, anything that's going to help out, save 1 or 2 people, that's a couple of grand a year that it could potentially save. So she listened to it, and the lady's answer was to go back into a boot camp, teach all of the sessions, and do everything herself. And fuck me, yes, it will work for retention. It will work, like, it will just work amazingly well. But what kind of life are you going to lead from that? The minute you want to go on holiday, you're going to be panicking and worrying. Every time that, you know, when you're tired and you're exhausted, or you want to go out on a date, or whatever it is, if you have to physically be in your boot camp 24/7, you are not living a life, and that is not why you started what you started in the first place. So you've got to remember the reason why you started it, and it wasn't to work all the hours under the sun. I spoke to another fitness professional yesterday. Actually popped in because he was selling his gym in Tamworth, where I'm originally from, and he wanted 131,000 for his gym. And I looked at his numbers, and unfortunately, it's not something that I would invest into his location, purely simply because it just doesn't make sense. The numbers didn't make sense for me. But I asked him, why was he selling it? It was purely and simply because he was working all the hours under the sun. He doesn't know his retention numbers. He just doesn't know any numbers. That's the reason why I didn't buy it, because he didn't know the numbers. And the fact that he didn't know his numbers was one of the reasons why his business wasn't successful. So what I'm trying to tell you is retention is key. But if you push yourself back in and grab hold of everything, you're just going to burn out. Like this guy, he burnt out so much, he's actually selling his passion. And he's just going to go and set up a small PT studio. It's such a shame this happens. So retention is one of those things that you have to make revolve around a system and not you. It's not about you. It's about a system that you need to put into place. So the 2 tactics you need to do is, it's basically, as a fitness professional, or even as somebody that you can think of a client, or even think of yourself right now, is when you are looking to achieve a goal, so it might be financial or body wise, what do we need to do? So, and it's actually quite simple. You need to set a goal, and you need to look, rather than like at that big goal of, like, let's say 100,000 a year, rather than set 100,000 a year, we need to focus on making £3,000 per month first, and then we go for £6,000, and then we go for £8,000. Then you're going to make 100,000 a year, rather than just going, I need to make 100 grand. So we need to set our goals strategically. So that is why we have created something called basically the Blackboard goal, which is really, really simple. I don't actually have, I might have some chalk paint, but basically it's chalk paint from B&Q. I will post a link if you want, but this needs to go up in your facility. I'm actually going to show you what we've done in our private group just now. Oh, Tony's going to be very loud as always, so bear with me a second. Let's just get the screen share. All right. So this is what me and Tony have done. We went in and did some painting just on one section of the wall, and Tony's just going to explain this for you now.
Morning everybody, happy hump day. I hope you're having a lovely morning so far. Talking of Pump Day Motivation, we're going to show you our new tool that we've been working on over the last couple of weeks that you've probably noticed going up, our big new chalkboard. Now, we're going to get you started on this as soon as. I'm going to explain to you very quickly exactly how this is going to work. So, I've done an example one here. You're going to come in, next time you're in, write your name, the date today, and then a goal for yourself. So I've put London to Brighton on there on the 21st of June 2015. So you're going to write the date of that goal, whether you want to lose a stone in 2 months or whatever it may be. Okay, you write that goal down, put it on there for us to see so we can help you with it. Okay, along the way, if you look to the side here, for example, this is just an example one. Say with mine, so I did on the 15th of May, I went out and I cycled 20 miles. And that was the first time, say, you'd ever cycled 20 miles, or if you lose your first half stone, you lose your first 10 pounds, whatever it may be. Put it up around that little bubble so we can start to see you chipping away and working towards that main goal. If you don't come in for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, we can see that you set out, you're getting married in 6 months' time and you've vanished. Okay, so it's going to help us stay on top of you. It's going to help you stay focused. When you write things down, they become all the more powerful. Okay, and everybody else in bootcamp, you're going to see everybody's goals starting to build up all over this board. Okay, so when you come in, guys, grab yourself a chalk, get your name on there, get today's date, get your goal and the date that you want to achieve that goal by. Okay, choose any colors. We've got lots of different colors. Make it colorful. Fill the space up. If you need to grab a plier box and reach up to the highest points, then you go and do that. Okay, you reach high, guys. We're gonna be here to support you as ever. Okay, so I'm excited to see what you all come up with. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I will see you later. Take care. Bye bye.
All right, so that is basically the blackboard. The blackboard is, as Tony just said, it's a big blackboard in bootcamp. And what happens is people come in, they're going to write their date. So when they've signed up, this is for members only, not people on your trials. So then people on your trials will be looking at it and going, what the fuck is that? I want to do that and all that kind of stuff. So the most important thing is this is for members. They'll come in, they'll write their short-term goal, medium-term goal, long-term goal. Tony was using London to Brighton as an example because we're doing as a group in London to Brighton. And if you guys want to take part in that with us, with your boot camps, you are more than welcome to. Tom, I know you're local, so if you want to get your crew in with that, I'm actually driving the bikes down to Brighton. And if anybody else wants to do that, I'm more than happy to have your clients come with us as long as you join in. Tony is actually going to be doing the bike ride. I think I'm going to be doing the driving, to be honest. So if you want to sit with me in the front, we'll have a day of fitness mastering talk and and we'll have fun with it. But if you want your clients in on it, let me know, post in the group and we'll sort it out. And it'll be just a nice fun event. And that's what drives community build. I'll talk about that in a second. So the blackboard is short-term goal, long-term goal, medium-term goal, and that's basically it. It relies on the second part though. So the second part is this. So I've just posted up in the six-figure group. So let's see if I can find it in the file section. So all you need to do is go to the file section and you will see a little something like this. Just screen share for you now. You will see this. So this is basically our superstar tracker. So this is actually an older version. We've got a new version now, but this is perfect for what you need to do. So all you need to do is basically take off this logo. You can change these testimonials. You can use the same ones. I'm really not bothered. Change this text here. Literally just get someone on Fiverr to re-edit for you. And what you need this to be done is printed onto a whiteboard canvas. We went to a company called Hobbs and they did it for us. I guess if you Google Hobbs, they will do it for you. Or you can use some of the old school, I actually have some here actually. I didn't plan this, but bear me a second. You can actually use some of this old school whiteboard sticky paper that actually goes onto the wall and it basically sticks. That's the old school version we used to do. But basically what they do is they fill out their name here And then you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and there's 4 of them. So every time they come in, they're going to tick themselves off. Okay, so imagine my name there, Oliver Reynolds. I come to boot camp on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So I tick myself off. So therefore, as a trainer, you know that I came in on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I did at least 3 times a week, which we all know is what they need to be doing to achieve their results. But let's say, for instance, if I only come in twice, so I tick Monday and Wednesday, and Wednesday, the following week, I, as a trainer, should go, well, they've only been in twice. The chance of them coming in 3 times this week is very little. So I need to get that and stamp that out as fast as possible. So what do? We call them, all right? We actually call them up, or we drop them a text, and we basically chase them up and make sure they're coming in. We say, is there any problems? Can we do anything? Obviously, this is outsourced by someone else. If it's not a problem. The quickest, easiest ways, we do this 3 ways. We text, we Facebook tag, and we call them. We only call the people that are really going missing for 2 weeks. Everyone else just gets a text or a Facebook tag. But you can put your own spin on it. This is one of those things where we have it down as a system where if people aren't turning up for more than 2 weeks, they start getting calls. So that way our call list isn't so big. We call it red flags. So if anybody is missing, we call them a red flag. And we normally get a report of, we have 250 members. And normally 50 or so red flags come up every single week. So that means an awful lot of people to call. We can't call all of them, but there's around about 50% of that 50 people. So 25 people that need a call. But we're doing that. That's a 2-day job at least. But if you don't have 250 members, this isn't going to start big. So you should be okay. Bear in mind, we do have a full-time manager that does look after these guys. He manages this whole system for us. And it's one of those things that's massively important. Now, another thing that you can do as well is, let's say I come into boot camp and my target days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday. I'm going to circle those days. So I'll just circle those days in the week. So literally I'll circle across the week. So I'll go Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I'll circle them. And then you know that that person circled those days that they can come in and they can tick themselves off. If they're not ticking themselves off, there's a problem. Obviously, they're going to either drop off soon or something's gone on with their family or whatever it is. And your goal is to pull them back in. So the biggest question that a lot of fit pros, and I tell fit pros in this, especially in Fit Body Bootcamp, is what do we do when clients, what do we say to clients when we call them? It's really simple. We go to the blackboard. So we go, okay, so Mrs. Jones, I know her goal because she wrote it on the blackboard. And I'll say, Mrs. Jones, on the 4th of April, you wrote that you want to lose 2 stone. Your short-term goal is to lose 7 pounds in the next 4 weeks. Did you achieve that, Mrs. Jones? No, I didn't. Why not? Okay, how can we help you with that? And basically just go through that with her. That is one of the biggest things. No one else is doing that. No gyms are doing that. No one gives a shit. If you give a shit, and if you're doing this stuff, then what's going to happen? The value on your program is going to go sky high because you're giving a shit not only about their attendance, but you're also giving a shit about their goals. That is one of the most key things. All right. So you've got this in the files section. Go ahead, get that printed. If not, this is the whiteboard stuff I was talking about. It's literally, you pull it, you tear it, you stick it, and you use it. Pretty simple. It is literally, it's probably one of the coolest things I know. So literally you can do that. Literally just write name, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 times, and then draw a grid. And then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You have got a graph homemade, and it doesn't cost you a bomb. I think it cost us around about £400 for that, the 2 boards to go up. So yeah, it's worth it. It's the best retention technique that we've come across for attendance of sessions, tracking people. But apart from us, it gives them something cool to do. It's no one else is doing it. There are a couple of boot camps that copy us because they've seen it. But obviously I want you guys to utilize it and know the full funnel of it all. One of the biggest things that you've got to start doing is do events. We do 4 events a year, and we do London to Brighton, which is a massive one that we do, which is a good 60-mile bike ride. So if you can find something like that, that'd be good. Or you can always join us on that one. That's absolutely fine. We always do a mud run. We do the mud run normally around about September time, I believe. So with the summer one, one in the latter year, we do a summer. We'll do a summer ball, which is basically a party for our members, just celebrating awesomeness, and we'll do a transformation program before that, and we also do a winter ball. So there's 4 main events that we do. Anything else, like we'll do with the 10K Birmingham Run, the half marathon we can do. There's loads of ones. We just it depends on what the clients are doing, and we kind of get a feel out for it. One of the biggest business things I ever learned from watching telly, which is insane, is WWE. If anybody watches wrestling, they call their universe the WWE universe, and they always listen out for what the WWE universe wants. And your universe or your family of clients will always tell you what you want. Always listen to them. If you hear people go, oh, we should do this, oh, we should do that, oh, we should do this, they are telling you what they want in your community. So give it to them. So for instance, we had a massive thing about everyone wanting to do a mud run, and I was just like, oh, if anybody knows me, I'm just like, fucking hell, someone's chucking ideas about again. And then I saw other boot camps doing it. I was like, well, it must be good. So I did it, and it worked. And I was, I ate my own words and all, whatever the saying is. But it drove so much community, and I've latched onto that now. And we do 10K runs, we do bike rides and stuff like that. But create a system for it. Don't make it stressful. Literally do just 4. So you got one every 3 or 4 months. You might have some a little bit closer to that, especially in the summertime, but that's okay. But all the main thing is it drives community. So those are the main 3 things that I really think that you should start doing to increase retention. It's really, really simple. Always have something to track your clients' goals, not just for them to see and log into a system and look at it and go, oh, that's my goal. Because if you had that, you wouldn't do it. Have something that has to be written down somewhere, but not only where they see it, but not only where you see it, but where the world can see it. And whatever their world is, remember, their world is your community, it's your boot camp. So make sure that that is there, loud and proud, in front of everyone. They shouldn't be shy about writing that goal. They should be very happy about writing goal. It should scare them. If their goals scare them, that's a good sign, as it is for you guys. If you're scared about making 100K and it's scary for you, that's a good thing. It's the same for them of losing 2 stone. So get that blackboard up. Their attendance is a massive thing as well, because if they don't attend your boot camp, they're probably not going to see the value within 60 days and they're going to drop off. Then we have a retention problem. And then last but not least, community. Creating community like no other gym is one of the things that will set you apart from anywhere. Most people now come to me. They don't. I went out for some drinks. This is another thing. You can just go for drinks with your members. I went out for some drinks last Thursday, and one of these girls was talking to me, and she was like, I was like, how you finding it? She's been a member. She's coming up to a year now, and she was like, I'll never leave Fit Body Boot Camp. I was like, wow, straight away, that's amazing to hear. I was like, why will you never leave Fit Body Boot Camp? She goes, I've made friends. She's like, she's got a group of friends in there now. And she's not particularly lost much weight. She's in great shape anyway. She's not, but she was like, I thought I'd never pay. She pays $79 on her membership. She's like, I'd never pay $79 for anything a month. She goes, I'd never pay 99 quid for a 6-week transformation, but I do. And I was like, so why did you? And she goes, because it's purely for your community. She's made more friends here. She was new in Birmingham. It's just all these things that you have that chance to do that. And if you have that chance to do that, then how awesome is that going to be? Create that community for them. One of the other things that I haven't really mentioned is not something that you can implement straight away. But back in 2011, when we first opened Fit Body Boot Camp, we were using a direct debit system. So we would take their account number and sort code. And basically we would set up their monthly billing, and that way. Basically what can happen is your clients can cancel their membership. And obviously you have no way of dealing with that. So if people want to cancel, they cancel. You can't do anything. Now, what we do is if people want to cancel, if they go to the bank, they can't cancel it because of the system that we use. So one of the biggest things I have to say to you is you could put all these fucking awesome systems together. You could have the most brilliant fat burning system. You could be the world's best fucking trainer. But if you haven't got a system that stops clients canceling their payments, you're fucked. So you've got to make sure that your system, whatever you're using, is good enough. All right. I see so many fucking trainers use PayPal. Stop using fucking PayPal. All right. Use a fucking company that is going to hold on to that credit card that they have to literally write to, your client has to write to you and say, I wish to cancel. Then you bring them in for a cancellation meeting, you reset them the goals, you write on that fucking blackboard, get them ticking off again, and you basically have to sell them. And then when you sell to them, that's fine. We do this now, and we lose probably about 5% of members. We lost 5 last month. We only lost 5 last month. Out of 250 members, we lost 5. I don't know what that is a percentage. I think it's 2.5%, which is, to be fair, was the best month we've ever had. Because we've stepped up our game and retention, community, and everything else, which is why I wanted to do this one today. So the 4 things you need to do: Blackboard, number 1. Number 2, attendance board. Number 3, community. Number 4, make sure you've got a good billing system, that people can't walk all over your business, that people are not cancelling their payments. When they do that, they'll value everything you've got. So, as promised, I actually don't know the number. We've still got money coming in for the 6-week transformation that we just launched. Obviously, if you're in the middle of a campaign, whether it be 21 days or whatever it is, do not run anything else yet, but have this in mind. We did a pre-sale on our 6-week transformation, and I think we sold something like 33 spots and 17 or 16 on a 99 or something like that. I can't remember it. We've still got people coming in, even though that we shut it off yesterday. So let me show you what we did. I'm just going to find the posts first before I do a screen share. I don't want to bore you too much. Then again, I will, because my Facebook page is prettier than my face. All right. So, okay. Here is the pre-sale of our 6-week transformation. So I actually did this ad. Billy's on my Done For You program, and I set this ad up for her just yesterday. Let me see. I'll get the stats in a second, but this ad didn't get accepted, so don't copy this word for word. I'm not sure what. We did change it a little bit. It was something like 6-week transformation, pre-sale closes soon. Click now, and it was basically like 50% off. Blah blah blah. I'll share the ad a little bit later. But basically, this is a link ad. So it's basically making sure that you're responding to questions like this. So always tag their name. Always write your phone number so they have the option to call. Always get back to people. Basically. There's something called, if you can get back to someone as fast as possible when they've commented, they're more likely to buy. Or if you can ring someone back if you've missed their call, they're more likely to buy. If you're going to email someone back the minute they email, they're more likely to buy. So you need to be fucking hot on this. You need to be ready to sell to them. So this is a link ad. Obviously, go into the portal to see link ads. And then when we click the link, we actually send them to a little bit of a different website. So it's get on the early bird list now. Birmingham, get in the best shape of your life. Reserve your pre-sale spot. Challenge starting April the 6th. Limited spaces available. Price goes up in. And then days, hours, minutes, seconds. We've got a little promo video. And then it's literally click there and they've opted in. I actually did really well, even though I didn't change this bit. So here would say something like, find out more about Fit Body Bootcamp 6-week transformation. Then they opt in. And then obviously when they opt in, they get sent to a shopping cart. Same as always. We ran that for, I believe it was about 8 days, 7 or 8 days. Like I said, we did 33 sales from that. We built a very, very big list from it. It's around about 200 people. We did 400 emails last month. Maybe over that, I think we did 500 emails. And this obviously contributed to it. Once we did the pre-sale, then went on to the main sale, which was the same as you already know. So huge opportunity, different landing page. So it's different ad, different landing page, different picture. So it's, if people have seen it, people will opt in again. And it works like gangbusters every time. So literally, our new 6-week transformation starts on the 6th of April. You might qualify. The results are guaranteed. So if you have £10 or more, 10 more pounds or more to lose, call this number. And again, look at the interaction on that. Absolutely humongous. And people are going to ask questions. You just get back to them. People are even going to say, oh, this was 50 quid not so long ago. You just say, Rachel, you are correct. It was a pre-sale, all this kind of stuff. So literally help them out, making sure they want to achieve. Use this bloody picture, because this is what you get from this picture. It is absolutely huge, and it's always helpful. And literally the autoresponder sequence is really, really simple. So let me get that up for you now. So basically, we went through the funnels last week, and the funnels are so simple. It's making sure that you're having them go from, just watch the webinar from last week, but basically the main thing is having them go from that Facebook ad to the landing page, opting in to a funnel, to a shopping cart, but then you've got their email address that you can start sending a funnel to. Promotions, where am I going? Autoresponders. So let's just share my screen again. So we did in our pre-sale, that was the full price one. That was 174 emails. So this is the second week, and these are the open rates. Literally, we did, the open rates are all well above 30%. So that's massive. We did 13 people off that alone. But then on the, let's go to autoresponders, pre-sale. Yeah, that was it. No, that couldn't have been it. I have no idea where it is. I think that was it. No. That's one. So 120 emails that we got from this one. No, this wasn't it. Let's have a look by start date. So that one's April the 7th, March 25th, Fit Pro, 6 week March. This will be it. Yeah. So literally, it's just a basic hey email. I will give you these emails if you want them. Just let me know. The last three are the exactly same as the last three on the 21 days. They always work. It's really, really simple. And people, these are ones where you put the links in, but it's so easy, guys. Like when it comes to building funnels, once you get this part down, this is why I do it for people. But once you get this part down, it is so easy to make money. Like I knew for a fact that I had to make, I think it was £9,988. It was, so 10 grand. But I knew that I had to do, if I did a game changer, I'd make £1,000. If I knew that I'd sell £5,000 on this, that's fine. And then we did some Fit Pro stuff, which I sold really well. And then there was another thing that we did. I did some paid in fulls as well. So that's how we made the money. And it went really, really well. But the main thing is I didn't expect the 6 week transformation to go as well as it did. And it did. It was absolutely fantastic. So guys, building your funnels is massively important. Go back and watch week one's webinar or the webinar that we did last week. And it is very, very important. So guys, any questions? Let's go. I'm going to open up the clock for 2 minutes. So let's go 2 minutes. Ask any questions you want. Put some tunes on. If there's no questions, we'll just shoot off. That's no problem, guys. I know you're busy. Any questions? Andy, Tom, any questions, lads? Thirty more seconds. I'm just going to private message you both, actually, because it might be easier. Might need to spend some time going over open rates. Tom, do you mean you want me to go through some, or? I wouldn't. The biggest thing about open rate, mate, is 30%. Like, if I send an email out to my normal list, like a big generic email, it will nowhere near be the numbers they are. The reason why they're so high is because they've opted into something. So because they opted into the pre-sale, they want to know more. Because I'm driving urgency, you've got all the emails, so you know what I'm talking about. People want to see about the emails. That's all those open rates are. It's nothing crazy. So if you've got Fit Pro, hopefully your open rates will be around about the same. If you're doing the ads, good. Does that answer your question, Tom? Yeah, I mean, organization of lists isn't my strong point, but it's yeah, it's not massive. It's not going to make the difference between making 6 figures and 5 figures and 6 figures a year. Just kind of trying to find the dates for our mastermind. Any other questions, folks? Are these different emails to pre-sale? I think you have these ones. I really do, but I'll post them again. I'm pretty sure 95% you've got these ones, mate. These emails, but I will give them to you anyway. but we'll go through funnels and everything on the next mastermind meeting. Tom, do you know what date I actually said the mastermind meeting? Any idea? I'm looking for the email, but I can't see anything right now. All right, guys. So what I will do is I'm going to post anything that you need. Just let me know in the six-figure group. And guys, this webinar is done. I will speak to you in the group and anything you need. Next week, the webinar will be on productivity. So making sure that we're being productive. It is a boring one, but for me, being productive is one of the most important things. So what we do for productivity is huge. So that'll be next Wednesday. And I might change the time so you can get more attendees. All right, guys. So peace out.